Hello, everyone. How are you? How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully everybody can hear me fine. I was having a little bit of an issue with my microphone just a minute ago. I was moving things around, getting lights situated, and I unplugged my microphone. So seems like I'm always doing something right before live. Like something goes wrong, just minorly. It's okay. It's okay. How's everybody tonight? Welcome back to Witchy Wednesday. Tonight, we are going to start learning about a specific element. We are also going to do a small little craft. Okay. So if you're here, let me know that you're here. Say hello in chat. Ember, my moderator, is here. What's up? Oh my goodness. Well, that's fun. That's awesome, though. You got to show me pictures later, Ember. Definitely show me pictures. All right. So those of you that are here, and you are, even if you're not here right now, if you're watching this afterwards, let's talk about what we are going to do. So Witchy Wednesday is started so that way I can, hey Lori, so that way I can start sharing some knowledge that I have about witchcraft. I am sharing the knowledge that I have from my own practice. All right. How did I develop my practice? A lot of books. A lot of books and a lot of solitary time. So if ever I am saying something that doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't connect with your practice, maybe you do something differently, I am all ears. I am always open to learn different things. This is just how it has worked for me. And this is how I interpret the information that I have received. All right. So that all being said, I'd like to share with you the information I know about the moon. At the same time, I'm going to do something that I do with my class when I'm teaching my high schoolers. When I'm teaching something, I don't like getting bored. I hate being bored. Hey, Aaron! I hate being bored. So that means I try to teach myself something along with them. And they know this. That kind of balances the power a little bit in the classroom. And I get a really positive response by doing that. So I'd like to do the same here. While I teach you guys something I'd like to learn. One of the things that have been confusing me for a bit now is my planner. I know that sounds weird because you guys have heard me talk about my planner and like how much I love this thing, right? This right here. I love my planner. This is the second year I've gotten this planner, and it's a beautiful planner. However, I really don't use it to its fullest capabilities. Why? Because I'm going to show you something. There's something that I didn't understand, and if Winston's mom's here, they'll understand. But I'll show you. On each one of the days, at the very middle here, and if I can get the camera to kind of, no, it won't zoom in. All right. It tells you certain astrological positions. It tells you where the moon is. It tells you what color is the magical coordinates for that day. I don't know how to use that information. Well, I know how to use the magical color. But like you've heard me tell Winston's mom, like I don't understand much about astrology. So I thought, while teaching you guys about what I know about the moon, I can also learn how to better incorporate this into my daily life. All right. Oh, thank you, Lori. Yes, I am doing good. I am doing good. Last night, I had a little bit of nightmares, but it's okay. But I'm okay. So let's talk about this particular thing, all right? So in the front of my, and I've got to actually unbind it because I use it so much I actually put clips and things in there. Things will fall out. I have lesson plans I put in here. Yeah, everything. Everything's in here. But at the beginning of my planner, there is some instructions. All right. It tells me right here at the bottom what those specific symbols mean. So when I'm looking at my first line is going to tell me where the moon is. It's going to tell me when the moon quarter changes. It's going to tell me when or if the moon is void of course. It's going to tell me when the moon sign changes. It's going to tell me when the planets are in retrograde, and it's going to give me the color of the day. All right. It is also going to give me a little like leaf symbol if it's a day for planting, and it's going to give me a basket symbol if it's a day for harvesting. So it's a pretty cool little legend that I don't understand. I don't understand. I understand working with the moon's magic, but I don't understand this. So let's get to understand that. I have a magical almanac. And if you guys are wanting to know like what really good books, witchy books to get to help you learn and to help you develop your own practice, because again, this was mine, right? To develop your own. These books are pretty decent. Now, there's some like most of them is written from a Gardnerian approach or a Wiccan approach, which is probably both the same. I take it and I use the information. What connects to me, I keep. What doesn't connect to me, I discard. Okay. They also will go over different cultural practices, and you do need to be aware if you aren't, we've talked about this before, if you aren't of a specific culture, certain practices shouldn't be done by you. So, in getting these books, it teaches you a lot, but you need to go through it and make sure that you're doing what is best by you and your path. Okay. So, what I wanted to do, I wanted to understand this thing. So, I wrote it down on my little piece of paper here. And I said, okay, so what is today and what does that mean? What is today and what does that mean? So I looked in my planner and then I also in my almanac looked up today. And today, again, waxing moon, second quarter at 3:13 p.m. The moon sign is in Leo. The moon enters Virgo at 4:59. So the moon is in Virgo right now. And the best incense right now is bay laurel. So it's like, all right, where do I start? Well, I know what the waxing moon is, right? I know what the waxing moon is. We're building up to full, which, by the way, super stinking happy, guys. Super stinking happy. You know what? Next Witchy Wednesday, full moon. Full moon on a Witchy Wednesday. I am so stinking happy right now. You don't understand. We're doing moon water, y'all. I'm going to teach y'all how to make one of my special varied moon mists. Yes. Yes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I know. I'm being a little extra. Guys, we get together on a full moon and I teach you how to make moon water. I'm so excited. Yes. I'm just excited. Yeah, the full moon is my thing. Like, my favorite thing about the full moon isn't when it rises. It's when it's setting. Because next full moon, and I'll remind you of it because it is my favorite thing to see. You see and you've heard of the man in the moon. When the full moon rises, you can see a man in the moon, right? But when you see the moon fall, when you see the moon set, you see a woman. She's wearing a scarf and she has her head turned. And having done my genealogy on my father's side and being told that I have Roma heritage, that makes me happy because it's kind of like, I know you're not supposed to use this word, so I'm trying to find another word to use. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm trying to find that word. But you know what word. Romney people. What are they? The culture refers to themselves by a name, and I cannot think of that name. So if you know that name, please put it in comments so that way I'm not going to want to say the first thing that I've been taught to say. All right. Yes, they're they're travelers, but that's not the name that they use. That is not the name they use. So I'd like to be educated on what name would be the most appropriate, because according to genealogical records, that's part of my culture as well. Anyways, when the moon sets, you see a woman with a scarfed head, and it's just I love the full moon. Anyways, okay, I digress. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. So let's look at, first off, where they say the moon is. Right now it's a waxing moon. What does that mean, and why am I even explaining to you the moon stuff? Like, why does this matter? All right. I've said before, magic is magic. You can do anything you want. You do not need any candles. You don't need any stones. All you need is yourself. These crystals, these candles, they add energy. You don't need the energy, but if you want to make it a little more potent, you add the energy in. Okay? So it's sort of like making oatmeal. You don't need the milk, but the milk makes everything really nice, right? So it's like that. If you learn the seasons and you learn the way that nature works in our favor and provides us energy at certain times and the type of energy that it provides us, then the spell work that you do is even that much more powerful. You not only understand the tools, the things that I need to bring in, but now I understand how the world turning heightens my own power, how my own internal clock heightens my power as well. Especially being female, there's certain times of the month where we are at more powerful. I heard a woman say the other day, an older woman, say that after menopause, she stopped cooking meat because her hands would make it too tough because she had too much power in her. I thought that was interesting. I was like, huh, that's an interesting thought. So if we understand how the moon works and the different energies of the moon, we can make our spell work that much more powerful. So right now the moon is waxing. What does that mean? So I was like, all right, let's pull this all up so that way I can show you in the book what it means. All right. So the moon is waxing. We're going to go to page 23. All right. So this is just basic. By the way, I'm looking Almanac Llewellyn's 2021 Almanac. You can get this pretty much anywhere. You can get it on Amazon. All right. I was like, why is this not in here? Because I'm looking in the wrong book. Dodo. Oh, I need more sleep, guys. All right. So we are actually in what they said was the waxing second quarter, which from my understanding and my research, that's called the waxing gibbous. If I'm wrong, please tell me. Good God, I hate being wrong. But from what I've seen, the waxing gibbous moon is the waxing moon in the second quarter. All right. Oh, goodness. Who's here? Hey, Genesis, how are you? I know. Like, Genesis, I am definitely a moon witch. I'm definitely a moon witch. I've always preferred working with moon energies than anything else. As a matter of fact, besides candles, that was my first energy to work with. So during a waxing gibbous, what you are supposed to do is the actions that you can take during this time that are going to bring you your intentions. would be make an offer, accept personal proposals, put an extra needed effort in to complete a task. So if you're working towards a goal right now, working overtime, spending a little bit of extra time on that task, those are things that you should be doing right now. This is the time for hard work that keeps relationships thriving. So also put in the work towards your relationships. If you have friends that you haven't talked to in a while, go talk to them. That's what this time is for. All right. The affirmation that you should be saying, like what you should be saying to yourself during the waxing gibbous moon is and this was beautiful. When I read this, I was like, holy crap, man. That's big. That's big, right? My presence brings meaning to the world. My presence brings meaning to the world. Think it's a big statement, and when you start thinking about it, what does that mean? So without me, the world is meaningless. That's pretty egotistical, but I'm the one that gives the meaning of the world. It's my perception of the world that has meaning. So without my presence, the world has no meaning because I'm not here to give it one. Right? I love that one. Sorry. I'm getting really kind of into this one, right? Oh, I've heard of that one and I have had it in my hands, Genesis. I'm not kidding you. I've had it in my hands and I was like, I'm gonna go for another one. So yeah, I need to get that one. Aaron, it is weird to think about, yeah. Without me here, the world would not have meaning. Why? Because I give the world meaning. I give the world meaning. You give the world meaning. You know? It's an interesting thing to think about. So right now is the time to give that little extra effort. So when I'm looking at today's date, if I'm planning out my day, I'm going to call that friend I haven't talked to in a while, right? I'm going to reach out to people that I haven't reached out to before. I'm going to look at the task and think, well, instead of spending 2 days on it, let me just bust it out today and I'll get it done. Okay? That's what today's for. So when we're in a waxing gibbous moon, take and put the extra work in. All right? Put the extra work in. The other thing is that it is in Leo, I think it said. It was in Leo and then it moved to Virgo today. So what does that mean? Well, let's go page 94. 94. Okay. Oh, I put 94 down there for a reason. There is a reason because there's also another thing that was saying about a waxing gibbous moon. Whatever your plan, this is the phase devoted to analyzing and refining it. Aaron, your tarot doesn't have to yell at you today. The moon is. You're right, Aaron. Your brain becomes self-aware, right? Yeah. So yeah, those questions you've asked, those actions you've taken, how are they working? How are your actions working? Today is the day to look at it and go, all right, let's look at what I've done. How's that making progress? It may be hard, but trust your instincts and know that you alone have what it takes. Utilize your analytical skills for problem solving. So we know today is the day to put in the extra work, both mentally and physically. And then we said that it was in Leo and moved to Virgo. So right now it's in Virgo. In the beginning of the day, like I said, it was in Leo. Leos can carry a grudge. Now is the time to tap into your cooperative, gracious side and wipe the slate clean. Let go of bad habits and write down the positive actions you will replace with them. So this morning, how many of you were kind of grumpy? How many of you had to make the conscious effort to go, you know what? I'm just gonna go on with my day. I'm just gonna go on with my day. You know, I'm not gonna worry about it. We moved into Virgo, like I said, like a minute before 5 o'clock. About a minute before 5 o'clock, we moved into Virgo. And Virgo is the darkness of the eclipse can trigger contemplation and inward reflection. All right. Now, this is a time to let your brave warrior shine, to implement change for the better. So, if you started off the day grumpy, and then you're moving into the evening hours where you've let things go, and now you're wanting to change the way you feel. Yeah. That's pretty much how the day went, for me at least. Yeah, that's how the day went for me. All right. Then they said that the color was yellow. The color was yellow. So color being yellow, what does that have to do with anything? What do we need to know about yellow? I know that there are witches that swear by wearing the magical colors of the day. That by wearing their magical colors, that they are not only more joyful through the day, but their intentions are so much more powerful. And I don't know if that's part of just you feel good, you do good. So maybe they feel good wearing magical colors, so they do good. And I think that's a lot of witchcraft. A lot of witchcraft is it makes me feel powerful. And because I feel powerful, I am powerful. Right? When and if anybody watching is Christian, you do you, boo. I don't care. All right. I'm going to say when I was Christian, I did not feel powerful. I felt powerless. I felt like other people had my life in their hands and I did not get to control my life. I didn't get to make my own choices. So being a witch empowered me. Being a witch made me feel powerful. So I was able to complete what I wanted to complete, right? So I think a lot of this, like these colors, make us feel powerful. And because we feel it, we are. And that's why a witch's practice is very personal. Very personal. You know? You're getting mellow now, yeah, see? Last night I had a dream and my guide showed up and she was wearing a yellow. See? So this is what yellow means. Yellow is personal power and self-esteem, realizing and manifesting thoughts, confidence, creativity, mental clarity. The corresponding celestial day, or celestial object for additional energy is the day is Sunday. The corresponding day is Sunday, and then the celestial body is the sun. So, of course, yellow is associated with the sun. Interesting. So you say you had a guide come to you and they were wearing a yellow headscarf. Because it's on their head, I feel like it has to do with esteem and confidence. Are you just now starting to become confident in like the person you are? Tomorrow's color is white. Tomorrow's color is white. And the moon will still be in Virgo, so it is still time. They say when the moon is in Virgo, also keep drama to yourself. If you get angry and you want to start some petty stuff, now is not a time to do this. Now is not a time to do this. This will backfire on you. Do not do anything petty. I know. I really wanted to today. So do not do anything petty, all right? Not right now. Wait until the moon gets out of Virgo. Ah, yes. You know what, Genesis, you are saying something that has also been said earlier to me. So I think my guides are also trying to send me a message at this one. But I have heard a, a woman speak in a video about being away from our guides and being away from our practice and the guilt that we feel over being away from our practice. And she was like, don't feel guilty. Your guides know you need a minute. Your guides know that you've got stuff going on. They're your guides, right? So don't feel guilty. That guilt is the energy that you're creating. They're not making you feel bad. They're not making you do anything. They're not giving you bad luck because you've not been there. It's the energy that you're creating in yourself that make things go awry. But your guides know that you're coming back. Your guides know you got stuff. Your guides know what's going on in your head. I am not a fan of yellow either, even though I've got yellow cloth, and the only reason I have a yellow cloth is because this was it's just a piece of fabric that I had. I don't have an actual like altar cloth or a tarot cloth, so I kind of made do. Some scrap cloth. Uh, I wish I could hold information in my brain. I just can't remember anything anymore. You know, that's the thing with astrology. I have a hard time, and that's why I like my books, because then I can go back and look at it and go, all right, it might take me 10 minutes in the morning to look through my books and go, okay, that's what my day is. Okay. It's not like I'm using that time to exercise, right? Like, might as well find out for 10 minutes that day. But I'm like you, Aaron. I can't remember that kind of stuff. And the astrology stuff just does not stick. It does not stick in my head. I feel your pain. I feel this. All right. One other thing, the incense for today. What should you have burned today? The incense for today. See if I can get this to come out. Bay leaf. Bay leaf. I found this really interesting because today is supposed to be a day that you put in the extra work and you set your intentions. What do you set intentions on? Bay leaf. What's today's incense? Bay leaf. Okay. I got it. So, yeah, that was today's incense was bay leaf. Bay leaf is used for protection as well. You can burn that instead of sage. You can burn bay leaf and rosemary. All right. Tomorrow's color, like I said, is white. So, what is white specifically? Cleansing, peace, truth, and clairvoyance. Tomorrow's moon and everything. Let's look at that so we know how we might have tomorrow's day go. Might, right? So tomorrow we're supposed to wear white. Oh no, I'm dropping everything. The moon is in the second quarter phase, which it's the same phase as today. Waxing moon, same as Virgo. So remember, don't be petty. The sun enters Gemini though at 3:37. and the incense is mulberry. So let's look at what does that mean when the sun, make sure I said it right. The sun enters Gemini. All right. I want to make sure that I am giving you guys the best information and learning at the same time for myself, right? Oh, this is the other thing I loved about this book when I first picked it up. This is the Moon Magic book, and it actually goes over what in different cultures the moon is called. Like, what are the Greek goddesses? What are the Roman moon goddesses? Native American moon goddesses? And we are going to touch on this stuff because we are going to be spending some time on the moon over the next couple of Witchy Wednesdays. I really want to impart all my moon knowledge on you. So we are definitely going to be talking more about this. But you know what I didn't look up and like have marked and all that good jazz was the whole sun going into Gemini nonsense. And look, now I'm having to look it up. Like, that's such a hard thing, right? It's not that hard. We're going to look at it, though. And I don't think it's in here, though. I think this one's just the moon. I don't believe it tells me about the sun entering. It doesn't. So I'm going to have to look that up, and we're going to have to talk about that next week. Next week, we are also, like I said, we're going to talk about the full moon. I've got all kinds of stuff to do with the full moon. Anyway. So we know that right now, the moon is waxing. We've learned that. We've looked at our day. We've saw what colors we need to include in our spell work. Okay, so what kind of spells do we do today? You know everything, right? What kind of spells do we do today? Today is a day that you would want to set intentions. Remember, put it on the bay leaf, right, and burn it. You're going to want to do protection spells. You're going to want to spend time. Remember the time and energy. You're going to want to spend time and energy maybe prepping your herbs that you would use for different spell work. Take the time and grind up some eggshells, right? So that way you've spent that extra time developing the relationship with your magical tools, right? That's something you can do. Those are all very fruitful pieces of spellcraft to be doing on today. All right. The other thing is spend extra time with, like, I have a money plant. I know it doesn't look like much, right? That's my money plant. My money plant and I had a talk today. It's like, hey, buddy, you're going to make me some money, right? And the plant goes, just feed me, and I'll grow and I'll grow. So spend extra time talking to your plants. Look like a weirdo. It's fine. I'm a weirdo. It's great. But those are the kinds of spells that you're going to want to do today. So that being the theme for today is protection and work with our tools, putting that time in our tools. I thought this would be a great time to show you how I can charge an object to protect me. All right. I have a couple of things that I have made recently. They're not finished, but a couple of things that I've made. I was going to pour resin with you. Why was I going to pour resin with you? Because part of making things... It's okay. You didn't hear that. Part of making things to protect me is adding certain things while they're being made. Okay. This is a lotus candle holder. It's this guy. Okay. That's what it looks like when it's done, depending on what colors I use. Right? Say I want to take this this candle holder, because once I burn the wax down in there, it's a candle holder. I want to take this candle holder and I want to make it where every time there is fire in here, it is protecting me. It is cleansing the air in which it is in, and it is banishing any negative energies. I can do that today. That's a spellcraft that's just made for today, right? So what am I going to do? Well, if I wanted to make one of these, first, I'd get my resin. And guys, I can't pour resin without having a respirator. And if I put the respirator on, then you don't hear me. So I couldn't pour resin with you guys. Sorry. I'll do like a little video and see if I can do a little crafting video of how I mix up resin and how I put these things in. But say I wanted to put elements in here to make this my protection. I have my eggshell that I spent extra time today crushing. I have some clove, black pepper, and eggshell right here, right? I also have some peppermint, Epsom salt, baking soda, and eggshell. This stuff is powerful. And I have some citrine. Right. When I am pouring my resin into this, when I go and mix my resin, I'm going to pour a little bit of resin into a smaller cup. In that smaller cup with the resin, I'm going to add one of these. I'm probably going to add, since I want to clear negative energy and I want to banish any negative energy from the area in which this is being burned, I'm going to use my peppermint, Epsom salt, and baking soda eggshell mixture along with my clove and black pepper. All right. We've talked about these little herbs before, clove and black pepper are protection herbs, and eggshell is. Peppermint is one of those things that cleanses. All right. So for me, when I smell peppermint, it does two things. It cleanses and it refreshes. And that moment of refresh is joyful. I like the fresh scent. So putting peppermint in there helps remind me of refresh. That I am also in charge of what's allowed in my space. Okay. The Epsom salt. It's a protection thing. And baking soda, you got to watch what you put this in, okay? Because baking soda can have a reaction to some things. I know from personal experience, putting baking soda in resin, putting baking soda in candle wax, don't do it. Don't do it. So as much as I love this stuff, and this is pretty powerful, thinking things through, I'm not going to put this in my resin. It's going to cause a lot of air bubbles that I don't need in resin. So we are back to clove, black pepper, and eggshell. I still want that refresh. I still want that cleansing, right? What color is today? Yellow. Today is yellow. So inside my resin, I'm going to put yellow. I'm going to put a pigment of yellow in there. So I'm going to put this in the resin, and I'm going to put yellow in the resin, and I'm going to pour the resin in here, right? While that is setting, while this is doing its thing and getting hard and becoming beautiful, right? I'm going to have a candle. Black candle, white candle, yellow candle. Setting beside it with my intentions carved into it. Now, you can actually carve the whole sentence into your candle if you'd like. You can also do what I've done and I've showed you guys before. You can write a sigil. You can create your sigil and carve your sigil into your your candle, okay? Burn the candle down while this is curing. And now you've made yourself a protection charm using the magic that is already here today. You aren't having to use so much of yours too. By borrowing this magic from the day and the time and the moon placement, you're not wasting some of your precious energy. You're able to tap into energy and preserve your own. Magic takes energy and you get tired, especially if you are using too much of your energy. So if you find that during your spell work, you're getting really tired, you're not tapping into the right energies and you're using nothing but yours. You're not charging the alternator while you're running. Okay? You've got to do that. All right? That makes sense. Yeah. All right, my lovelies. That is pretty much it for today. That's what I was going to show. Oh, no, that's not all I was going to show you. Wait a moment. See, Aaron, you're not the only one. I was going to show you how to anoint in an already made object. I've started making these. I got a mold for daggers, and so I started making these little daggers. Just, they're not completed yet, but I'm not a fan of pink, and that's why this is pink, because I always use colors that I'm not a fan of first. If I'm testing out a mold, I'll use the colors I'm not a fan of. So I've got this in progress. I like it. It's cute, it's got the little flowers inside of it. It's nice. Okay. I want to take this one, or, ooh, this one has the moon phases on it. So you see my little moon phases in there? All right. I want this. I want this to have the energy of work. I want this to be that waxing, that buildup, that we are getting somewhere, right? So I want to take and I want to put all that energy from this moon in here. So let's get some stuff going. All right. I have this really cute little oil burner. It's like a mini, it's like a little mini cauldron. Except for it's not black. It's so cute. It smells really good too. Anyways. I am going to put some oil in that. Regular old cooking oil is fine. You just don't want to get it too hot because you will start an oil fire. So you do not want to leave this. You cannot leave this. Got it? Got it. Good. Okay. So I've got my little oil burner going here. Regular old cooking oil. It's just olive oil. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. Remember what I said about wanting to create protection magic and also magic that brings that work energy to me? Well, work energy is money. So I'm always asking for prosperity and abundance when I'm putting work in, right? I'm always asking for success when I put my work in. So if this is going to help me put my work in, I want it to also attract what I want. I want prosperity. So I'm going to take some basil. I want to put some basil in there. Not a lot. You do not have to put a lot. I see these people going crazy with their herbs. Y'all, this isn't actually cooking, all right? When it's cooking, go crazy with the herbs, right? Spellcraft. Resources. There weren't plentiful, all right? My clove, black pepper, and eggshell. I'm going to put that in there. right? This is a dried lemon. Looks like an awful dried lemon, but it is a dried lemon. I'm going to put that in there. Happiness, right? Things that I want to attract to me. The work that I'm putting in. I want happy work. So I'm going to put that in there. We're using some of the moon's energy. In order to do that, I collected water. Last full moon. Here's my water, right? So I'm going to use some of the moon water. Put that in there. Now, I got all kinds of concoction. This is like making stuff when you were a kid. You remember when you were a kid, you'd go outside and you'd get the water hose and you'd like put it in a pot and you start taking twigs and all that. Yep. This is what this is kind of like. It's not stuff you can put on your face, your skin, put in your tummy. No, don't. It won't taste good. All right? But you can take it and put it on this. So I've made this little potion, right, of all the things that have meaning to me. Make sure you understand this. Meaning to me. I have placed meaning on these objects. That's why they work. That's why they work. All right? Now, do these objects have a significance in our cultural awareness of magical properties of these elements? Yes. Yes. That collective understanding also puts more energy in there. So I have put the things that have meaning to me and meaning to the collective in order to borrow that energy. Okay? You can put whatever you want in your little cauldron. Whatever you want in your little cauldron. All right? Depending on the collective understanding, depends on how powerful that thing is. Depending on your attachment to that thing, depends on how powerful that thing is. All right? Because sometimes that thing can mean nothing to anyone else. But to you, it is one of the most powerful objects that you hold. And you are all thinking about that object right now. You are all thinking about it right now. All right. So now I've gotten this pretty warmed up. And you can tell when it's warmed up pretty adequately when you smell it and you smell the different elements in there. Yeah, I smell it. I smell the different elements. All right. Now, I try to keep around me either paintbrushes, like old paintbrushes, things that, you know, if I got oil on, they don't matter. Take an old paintbrush because it'll be hot. You don't want to stick your finger in hot water, okay, and oil. Take your paintbrush, dip it in. Guys, my connection's unstable all of a sudden. Can you guys still hear me? Yes? Okay. It's like, ugh. All right. So I'm going to paint on here my intentions with the oil I just prepared. All right. You will bring me happy work. You will bring me completeness. You will bring me prosperity. I will have joy. You will bring me happy work. You will bring me completeness. You will bring me prosperity. That done. You can light a candle if you want. If it makes you feel better, you can light a candle. But that's it. Can now super pixelated though. No! No. Do I look like Max Headroom at least? Like, be like weird. I just aged. I think the only other person on here that might know who Max Headroom is maybe Lori. Maybe Lori. I don't know. All right. So magic is not as hard, and like ritual work is not as hard. Matter of fact, ritual work can be as simple as every morning you get up and while you brush your teeth, you say, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to have a good day. That's a ritual. You do it every day and you put some kind of emphasis and intention behind it. Borrowing energy of other things just makes your intentions amplified and your rituals that more powerful. All right. So, next Wednesday, we are going to learn about the full moon and harnessing full moon energy. All right. And we are going to keep on our magical journey of the moon probably for a month. So that way we can learn as much as we can each day that we meet. We're going to look at the moon's position. We're going to talk about what that meant for us that day. We're going to talk about maybe the rituals that we could have done, the spell work that we could have done that day. Maybe some special information that our guides are bringing us for that. Okay. Oh, what is it? Yes, Lori, you do. You do. You do know who Max Headroom is. Okay. Oh, Aaron, you know who that is? I am done. I'm done. You're too young to know who that is. All right, my lovelies. Until next Tarot Tuesday, be happy, be safe, know that I love you. All right. And thank you for hanging out with me for a bit and listening to this old witch ramble on about the moon. See you guys.